Last time on Valkyria Chronicles Remastered.
Guilty as charged. I get so into it sometimes I forget where I am, or that somebody might be watching me.
You nearly murdered me because I can read and write.
Fire!
Hey guys, Raiden here, and welcome back to Valkyria Chronicles Remastered. So, first of all, I want to thank you for that response on the first episode, because I was expecting it to start the episode and then the response be like, I've already seen this a billion times, like, whatever. And people would just kind of shrug it off and ignore it, but it seems like people are really interested. There's a surprising amount of people who either have heard of Valkyria Chronicles and haven't played it, picked it up and haven't played it, or have literally never heard of this. I've had several people just kind of like, is this a Fire Emblem? I guess, yeah. It has some similar things to Fire Emblem, which is the reason why I bring that up. For those of you who don't know, is that's what my channel is most familiar with for a lot of people. But it's not quite like it. Like, one thing I'd say is that individual units are just kind of added, and they have personalities, but they don't have entire backstories. Kind of like Fire Emblem does, although sometimes Fire Emblem doesn't have backstories. And, like, individual units have different... You'll see once we get there. Anyways, aside from that, speaking of Fire Emblem, one of the #1 comments I've been receiving across Discord, Twitter, and here is that Welkin looks like Robin. I didn't actually make that assumption. I guess it's because I've seen a lot of characters with that hairstyle and that hair color. Like, to me, he looked like the main character of Spice and Wolf. So that's what I always kind of envisioned as. But yeah, I guess, like, older Robin. Anyways, let's get started.
Isara, Martha, please be okay.
Martha!
What's her problem? Is she pregnant or just fat?
Who cares? Not gonna make any difference when she's dead.
Stop this now!
See what she's wearing? Take a good look at that shawl. She's a Darkson.
And that explains it. I thought this place stunk. Now I know it does. So, we got ourselves a fat one and a stinky one. PU. It's a regular pig farm in here.
I will thank you to watch your tongue in this house.
Was the cartwheel really necessary?
That's a big gun for such a little girl. Drop it.
Isara!
Huh?
Shoot them, now!
Die! Darkson pig!
Isara,
She's awesome.
Are you okay?
I'm okay thanks to you. But Martha, I think she's...
Martha!
This isn't good. She's gone into labor. Moving her would be dangerous.
Right. Well, we can't just leave her here. What are we gonna do? There are a lot of Imperials out there, Ys. It's only a matter of time before they take over the Mill Plaza.
Welks, listen. The barn out back.
What about it?
Our fathers have left us something. Something that might get us out of this mess.
Dad's tank. Whoa. I can't believe it's still here.
And it's one of a kind. Here it is, the Edelweiss. Tamer built it especially for General Gunther.
Yeah, and it worked great, too. So it's just been parked here in the barn?
I wanted to make sure it would still operate, you know, in case of emergencies. I enrolled in a maintenance class given by the military. I wanted to be able to do what my father could do.
Well, that's great. But that's only a class, Isara.
It really didn't need much, hardly any alterations at all. I just fitted it with a new turbine engine. It really improves on the power-to-weight ratio. The Edelweiss is field-worthy. Its firepower and mobility are more than a match for recent models.
Well, assuming it does work, what's next?
All right, Welks, you took the armored vehicle course, didn't you?
Yeah. Back in high school. Once.
We'll bring Martha here. She'll be safe inside the tank, and we can move to a better location. Just leave the driving to me, okay? All you have to do is give the orders.
Yeah, here we go.
Isara, we ready to roll?
Engaging engine. The Edelweiss is ready for deployment.
Alicia could still be out there dodging bullets, buying time for people to evacuate. Here's the plan. We're gonna pick up Alicia and get out of town. All right, Edelweiss, move out!
Why do you have to yell it? There's only one person driving. Okay, so yeah, we get to use a tank in this game. And if you're wondering, that is why all he kept saying was yes every time he got a kill, is because most of his lines are actually for his tank driving and all that. So that's why when we were in the last level, every time he would get a kill, he would just yell, yes! Because that's the only line that's recorded for that version of him, I think. But yeah, we'll get into talking about the tanks in a little bit, because they're done really interestingly. The enemy is a squad centered around a single tank, currently advancing from the plaza onto the main road. We need to defend the gate on that road. If the enemy breaches it, the evacuating town people will be in danger. They'll probably head for the gate and try to destroy it. The tank will be with them. Our goal here is to take out that tank while keeping the gate standing. Without the help of your tank, it's next to impossible for us to destroy their tank. Until we rendezvous, the Bruhl Town Watch will do everything we can to keep that gate in one piece. The Town Watch will need to hold off the enemy forces until you arrive with the tank. We'll need to use the sandbags around the starting point and gate for cover to hold back the Empire's attack. So, victory! Enemy tank is destroyed. Failure, our gate is destroyed, Welkin dies, Alicia dies, or 20 turns pass.
All right, let's begin.
So yeah, kind of like Fire Emblem, you have certain characters who are like lords. They're not particularly stronger like a lot of lords are and a lot of lords aren't, but they are important and they cannot die. Like, you cannot let them die or else it's game over.
If this gate falls, there's going to be even more casualties among the townspeople. The Town Watch will defend this gate so as many people as possible can get away. Got a second? Listen close and I'll explain.
About sandbags and hand grenades. By moving behind sandbags and selecting crouch, a unit's defenses are maximized. An extra damage for a headshot is negated. Oh, so that's what hiding behind sandbags actually does. I feel like I remember people ducking behind them, but I feel like that may be a thing we don't have yet. When focusing on defense or ending one's turn, it's always best to hide this way. Contrarily, this means that enemies hiding behind cover are well protected and more difficult to defeat as well. This is why the hand grenade is used. Its explosive power can destroy the sandbags. Press the square button, the weapon toggle button to cycle among your options to hand grenades. In this battle, Alicia possesses some. Yeah, by the way, I guess it's in the game they all kind of say her name like Alicia, but it's Alicia. And now it's getting kind of confused with Hysteria. Grenades are limited in number, so use them wisely. Each player phase units will recover one hand grenade. Okay, so we have Alicia and 2 Town Watchmen as usual. In vision, at least, we have a shock trooper. I believe the shock troopers are the guys that have the submachine gun looking things, and they are deadly at close range. But I think the thing with them is that they can't move as far as the scouts can. So that kind of limits them in that, and that is a goddamn tank, no explanation needed. Yeah. so we have that going on over there, but I think there's some enemies over here, probably. I don't know, I feel like there can't just be 2 enemies. How do I get around these sandbags? Oh yeah, and you can also climb up in these watchtowers, but you kind of have to be careful, because if they destroy... Oh, yeah, we have some vision now. So it looks like... Oh, the enemy is so far away. To kill them is just question marks. So we have someone there, and someone hiding there, as well as the tank. Luckily, descending and ascending doesn't seem to take any of our movement gauge. So I know there's an enemy up there, but we could probably sneak around by going prone here. Although I have no idea how I'm even going to put a dent in that tank. Because tanks in this game, if I recall, bullets just bounce off, and I don't think hand grenades are enough to do it. I want Alicia to follow, too. I want to get behind them if possible. This one's going to stay here. He's the bait. I want to get her in a different position. Oh, shoot. I see you back there. Come on, Alicia. Yes.
Enemy sighted.
Yeah, I see that one. Whoa, okay. I'm probably going to need to move her to safety. So there's 2 scouts right there and a scout right here. I wonder what will happen if... Oh, they can see you. Okay, I think this just allows you to get closer without getting spotted. Okay, so the one there does not have line of sight of me. I don't know if there's actually any stealth mechanics or what. So I'm just going to keep him here.
My turn, okay?
And Alicia's in a pretty bad spot right now. So I want to move her... I don't know. Where are we going to move her? Back here? Maybe behind that tree? Because it's... You know what? Back here should be pretty safe. She's not next to anyone. I'm kind of scared to move her into the grass also. Because I don't really know how the grass mechanics work. Sure, she can be shot at from the right side, but... She can't climb over the sandbags for whatever reason, unless there's a prompt and I'm missing it. Oh, I don't think I had him take cover. He defaultly started out not taking cover. Oh, please don't tell me he's going to come this... No, he's going over there. So they're actually going to run over there, and I think they're going to try to blow up the gate with grenades. Although the grenades don't do nearly as much as the tank, luckily. Or else we'd be kind of screwed here. I probably should have set up a bit more of a defensive position, rather than go on the offensive and try to pick them off. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. So sometimes your characters will duck behind cover to the point where they cannot be hit. If you haven't noticed, retaliation shots do a lot less than the normal attacking shot. So those 2 are kind of lined up for a nice grenade over there. But I do still have to protect the main gate, and now the tank is in the way.
No! If this keeps up...
When is Welkin gonna get here with his tank? Are they really all just gonna group up? I'm fine with that. Yeah, you guys just do that. You guys just do that, okay? I'm not gonna complain. You guys want to group up? About Ragnite. A small amount of damage is healed at the start of each player phase. Sometimes a unit has suffered heavy damage, needs help. Okay, yeah, we actually already read this, but it's talking about the healing item. I actually had to restart because I forgot to save. So, whoops. Oh, shit. This guy doesn't actually have grenades. I thought he... Okay, ow, ow, ow. I mean, I don't care if Town Watchman dies, but I'd prefer he didn't. Are any of these guys shock troopers? This one is. 31 shots to kill? What is that? Is that the defensive bonus from this? Oh, I'll just shoot this one, I guess. Good job, Town Watchman. I had 0 expectations, and you somehow made them lower. Well, he can't even move from that spot, so I'm going to have to pull a dangerous move with Alicia right now. Because I can't go around... Go over? Oh! I feel like an idiot. Ah!
Enemy sighted.
You know, in hindsight, this isn't the most tactically sound position. Let's go! So that's going to help us out a lot. As far as the tank goes, I kind of want to get out of its field of view. I want to see if throwing a grenade at the tank actually does anything. We still have 2 movement things left, so... I doubt it's going to do much, but I haven't explained this yet, and the game hasn't either. But you see these blue things on the backs of the tanks? So, those things... Let me get a gun out so I can look at it. That's the tank's power source, and they are very vulnerable as opposed to anywhere else on the tank. So much that if you took another tank and shot it like twice or 3 times, I think it was, they just blow up. They just die. It says it's weak to area though. So, or oh, that's what it is. X is not weak. I think area or the circle is it can work, and then the triangle is it's super weak. So I'm just gonna try this. I doubt it's gonna... Oh, that's right, she doesn't have 1 left. What am I saying? Okay, in that case, we're gonna spend the rest of Alicia's turn actually killing someone else.
Enemy unit spotted.
Oh my goodness. I did not notice you fine fellows. Hello. I guess instead of that, I'm gonna take this turn to... I'm kind of scared of leaving things be as they are. No, can you heal yourself with it? That's what I want to know. Because who cares about Town Watchman? Okay, good. It does work on yourself.
My turn, okay?
Okay. Now that I've done that, I want to take like a pop shot or 2. Although he turns around because he knows I'm here, but he doesn't do anything. Oh, because I'm not actually in his line of sight. 4. This one's 9. Plus that one's a shock trooper. So if I ensure I have line of sight, I have a chance. 2, 3, 4, 5. God damn it! I was so... Uh-oh. Ow, 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 ow. Okay, yeah. We're not going to be there right now. Instead, we're just going to hang tight here. This is all a learning experience for me. Like, I know the mechanics, I just don't know the tiny parts of the mechanics. Like, what AI will do and how to climb over sandbags. I know the big things, but... Yeah, I can't do shit to that tank, but everything else I have a pretty good chance of. Town Watchman, no! He has fallen. Oh, I was about to say you failed the entire mission because Town Watchman went down. I'm like, really? They don't even have enough CP to move the tanks, so... Honestly, they're approaching a lot more slowly than Alicia. Alicia, decide. Good thing that fence is there. Welkin, are you gonna get here anytime soon? Yes! There he is. Okay, so time to talk about tank mechanics.
Entering combat.
Which I'm sure it might go over in a sec.
The tank should be able to breach that wall. It may provide us with a shortcut, Welks.
All right, let's give it a shot. Hang in there, Alicia.
About tanks. Tanks possess firepower and endurance far beyond that of foot soldiers. They are able to deflect nearly all gunfire from enemy foot soldiers. This makes them a solid wall for your own units to hide behind. Unlike ground units, however, tanks do not recover a portion of their lost HP each turn. Tanks also consume 2 CP when selected in command mode. Relying too heavily on tanks in battle will quickly lead to a fatal shortage of CP. Additionally, tanks require AP to turn, so take care to plan ahead which direction you'd like to face at a turn's end. So yeah, tanks have several different guns. They can break walls, the best part.
It's a tank! It's a Gallian tank!
Alicia, I'm sorry we're late.
Welkin, you have a tank?
Oh, that reaction, like, holy shit, he has a tank. I thought I was gonna die here.
We can talk later. Right now, we need to stop those soldiers.
Enemy tank sighted, Welks.
Who doesn't have a tank? I don't have a tank. Well, I feel bad for you then.
Switching to anti-tank combat. Armor-piercing shells loaded.
All right, let's go take it down.
Okay, so we can't get over to the enemy tank in one turn, but I will tell you what we can do. Because we are so close, the tank actually has 3 weapons, it seems. We have the anti-armor, which I'm guessing is for other tanks, the mortar, which is an AoE explosive round, and the machine gun on the tank. About attacking with a tank. Tanks have 3 major means of attack: anti-armor shells, explosive mortar rounds, mounted machine gun. Anti-armor shells are effective against enemies covered in hard armor such as tanks. Explosive mortars will hit a broad area with a Ragnite blast, ideal against ground units. Mortars travel along an arc aimed for the center of multiple foes for major results, but be aware that ammunition is limited. The machine gun is best suited to striking enemies that are too close for the mortar and is used to intercept incoming enemies. Press the square button to switch weapons. So we have this. Yeah, this guy's gonna die. It would take 4 headshots. I don't know how many rounds we're gonna fire, but... Oh yeah, he's dead. He didn't stand a chance. But what we need to do right now is spend the extra CP to get behind the other tank so he can take a shot while it's turned around. Because when it turns back around, it's going to be harder to get a shot on its back, like right here. We could totally miss this, by the way. Like XCOM, but... There we go. About tanks' HP. Tanks have 2 separate HP totals: body HP, BHP, and tread HP, THP. Attacks to the tank's body and main cannon will reduce BHP, while blows to the tread reduce THP. If BHP reaches 0, the tank is destroyed. If THP reaches 0, the AP is drastically cut. It's easier to deal damage to the treads than the body, even with grenades. Halting a tank before taking it out at your leisure may be a strategy that's both safe and sensible. The glowing blue radiator plate at the tank's rear is its weak point, where even standard bullets can do reasonable damage. Really? I didn't know that, actually. Try to get behind enemy tanks for a chance to take them down, but while being careful not to expose your own rear to hostile fire. Okay, so here's where we have to be kind of careful, because Alicia's still in sight of that shock trooper. So how much damage does that do? Actually nothing. I think it's just because our guns aren't good enough yet. Because I heard you can upgrade guns in this game, but fun fact, that is something I didn't even do once as I played this game originally, so I feel like this might make the game a little easier on me. Okay, so I need to back up Alicia a little, because if that other tank sees me, then it's going to destroy me. And I don't want that, because that would cause me to lose the entire mission. So we did this level very ill-optimally, mainly because I didn't know you could crawl over sandbags. Oh yes, we got its attention. And it's shooting our frontal plate, which is fine. Although, I mean, real tanks, you actually want them to hit you at an angle, so that way the shell kind of curves off the tank. But whatever. It's a video game. Who cares about realism?
Entering combat.
So now to blow this guy up. I'm not going to give him any room at all. I always love the little comic kaboom. So we're probably not going to get a very good score for this mission.
We stopped it. Nice work, Ace.
Because one person died and it took us a while, but...
Woohoo! Now you're my hero, Welkin.
The Imperials are running off for now. Looks like we bought some time at least.
Welks, it's a boy. Martha had a boy.
She gave birth in the tank?
She gave birth in Dad's tank?
Yes, and without complications. They're both perfectly healthy.
Are you sure that baby won't grow up and be, like, deaf, though? Like, he has no hearing protection.
Good. That's fantastic. Now let's stay sharp as we head out of town.
B rank. Woo, okay, that's okay. I'll settle for a B rank. New episode has been added. Reminds me of Devil May Cry when I used to get an S rank and complain about it, and people who had never played Devil May Cry before like, what are you complaining about? That's above an A. Like, yeah, but it's not an SSS. Poor windmill.
2 hours after the first shots were fired, Bruhl was under Imperial control. Though a mere skirmish by Empire standards, the raid on Bruhl would mark Welkin Gunther's first taste of battle and begin his rise to a Gallian hero.
Alicia.
I thought I would be ready for this. I knew war meant this might happen. It hurts. Seeing my town overrun like this, seeing all those people killed, it's just not right. How could all this happen? It isn't human, Welkin.
We look at those birds and see how wild and free they are. But they all have their own territories. If anything threatens their home, they'll risk their lives to defend it. People are animals too. We do what we have to, when we have to. Animals are in a constant struggle to stay alive, but I've also seen them help each other, almost like they were cooperating in order to survive.
Cooperating?
That's why I'm so into studying natural science. That coexistence. I want to know how it works. If we could figure that out, mankind could put it to use for our own survival. That's why I want to be a teacher, so that I can pass that knowledge on to the children. I mean, even if we can't completely eliminate war, at least we might learn to live together as one people.
You think so?
Welks, look. Martha fell asleep, so that makes me the babysitter. See, Alicia? Oh, he's adorable.
Are you sure he's not dying?
Just like you said. Even in war, new life happens all around
Looks like there's
us.
a rope tied around him.
Come here. Look, that's your hometown.
Someday, we'll come back home again.
Yes. Someday soon. I know it.
It's kind of messed up though. Like, look, that's your hometown. It's on fire and burning. And the baby can't hear from all the tank shells being fired. A new episode has been added. Woo! Okay, we're already on chapter 3. I don't know how far that is.
In March of 1935, the Empire began its invasion across Gallia's eastern border. Maximilian, commander of the Gallian invasion front, built his army around mobile armor. Ghirlandaio and the other fortresses along the border fell to his tanks in quick succession. Bruhl's fall in under 2 hours was typical of villages in the Empire's path, and the road to the capital bore a steady flow of refugees.
Like, this game especially appeals to me. Ooh.
Gallia's capital, a town secure and stable since ancient times. Within its walls stood the castle Randgries, and within its unicorn spire resided Cordelia, Gallia's princess.
If people weren't already making the Fire Emblem references, it's gonna go even further, isn't it?
Supporting Gallia's policy of neutrality was a system of universal conscription. Under it, all schools required military training each year. In the event of a war, citizens were then drafted into the militia to defend their country. As the conflict with the East grew worse, both Welkin and Alicia found themselves no exceptions to that fate.
So these are my new digs.
So yeah, they joined the army. Although I can see the little case of butterflies. A few things I wanted to say, actually. Speaking of that, someone in the comment section's like, I'm gonna draw some Fire Emblem characters in Valkyria uniforms. And I'm like, that is the most rad sounding thing ever. If you do that, make sure to send it to me. I want to see those. Sounds awesome. Another thing is, I just want to say how much I like Welkin and Alicia as a pair. Like, I don't even particularly mean in a romantic sense. I just mean, like, how will they resonate with each other? And Welkin as a protagonist, because holy shit have I had to go through some very bland protagonists as of late. And, well, Welkin isn't, like, bombastically out there and threatening old ladies on the street. He definitely does have, like, his whole scholarly nature thing and his wish to become a teacher, which I find very endearing. And, like, everything about his personality you can see reflected in this room. Like, there's a bunch of flora everywhere, and basically flora and bugs. There's even Gunther's sack over there.
Oh, my uniform.
Oh, so for any of you guys who always wondered, hey Zeno, why do you always go on about military uniforms and eye patches? You can blame this game for the military uniform thing. When I saw those when I first played this game, I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. I want one.
I should get changed before reporting in. Better get ready now.
If I ever cosplayed, I'd probably just do a Valkyria Chronicles character because super... I wouldn't say it's easy to make, but it's easier than a lot of things, and hell, everyone looks good in uniform.
Flares, binoculars, a compass, and a map. Everything you need for a nice hike. Or combat.
Welkin? Can I come in?
Sure, it's open.
Oh, you're already changed too. Let's see. Not bad, not bad. You look good, actually. So, how about me? Do I look all right in this?
Let's take a look. Yeah, you look fine. You wear it like a pro.
Really? You're not just saying that?
Of course not. You look tough. I like it.
Oh, good. I was worried it looked kind of silly.
No way. That plating on the back? It's like a coleopterate exoskeleton. Beetle-tastic.
That shouldn't make me laugh, but it does.
Colio what? And did you just say beetle? Welkin? What kind of girl wants to hear that she looks like a bug?
Huh? Not just any bug. A rhinoceros beetle. King of the insects. Who wouldn't want that?
A rhinostagros, to be exact.
Uh-huh. I guess I'll just try to take that as a very Welkin sort of compliment.
Tell me about that scarf. You've been wearing it since I met you.
Oh, by the way, yeah, I know I'm probably going to be referencing Fire Emblem for a lot of things, but that's because, like, a majority of people came to my channel because of Fire Emblem, so it's much easier to relate it back to that than try to reference any other weird, obscure strategy game, especially since I haven't really played any SRPGs aside from Fire Emblem and maybe, like, one other game. So this is going to be interesting.
Oh, this? It's part of my uniform from the bakery.
Is that right?
I don't want to forget the time I spent busting my buns baking. I plan to keep wearing it until I can get back to manning the ovens again.
That's great. Once you do, I'll be first in line to get some of that bread.
Is that a promise? Well, I'll be sure to have plenty of it ready and waiting for you.
Absolutely. Hey, if you're ready, we should probably go see the captain now.
A new episode has been added.
Come in. Excuse me, ma'am. Gallian Militia enlistee Welkin Gunther, reporting for duty.
Ma'am, Gallian Militia enlistee Alicia Melchiot, also reporting for duty.
I'm Captain Eleanor Varrot, commander of this regiment. Gunther, you're promoted to lieutenant. You'll be leader of Squad 7 now.
Ma'am.
Enlistee Melchiot, you're promoted to sergeant. You'll be under the lieutenant's command. Understood?
Ma'am.
What do you know? It is you. Nice coincidence, huh, Welkin?
Valdio? I had no idea that you'd enlisted.
Yep. Now that there's a real war going on, I joined up. Pretty much all the officer and training boys are here just like you.
You know each other?
Yes, ma'am. We knew each other at university. Welcome was in science and I was in archaeology. And just look at us now. No archaeology or science. Looks like the two of us are studying more, I guess.
Looks that way. It's good to see you.
And you.
That'll be all for now. There's a strategy briefing later today. But you still have time. Time for you to catch up. You'll be spending a lot of time on the post and in Randgrees. They'll be your new home. So get to know them. That'll be all. Report back in time for the briefing. Until then, you're dismissed.
So, a few things about that. First of all, yeah, we're going to start finally meeting some other characters. And I know people are probably excited to meet them, but I have good news and bad news about that. We'll get to that later. Second thing, I know people are probably going to point out, oh, what's that? Alicia's wearing a skirt in her outfit as wartime? That's stupid. And my answer to that is shut up, it's cute. I actually really like it. So, right now, these are the people we can currently see. I'm not going to get into that, but this is not our whole platoon, I assure you. This is, just a fraction.
It's good to see you doing the rounds. Welcome.
I know you just left, but welcome back.
This is the command room. Use it to structure your squad. You will have access to both drafted and volunteer recruits. Now that I think of it, Squad 7 is still short on soldiers, isn't it? I'll explain how this works. This is the master list. The recruits have all been assigned classes based on their talents. I should probably touch on the 5 classes, just so we're clear. First off, you have the scouts. Just like the name suggests, they'll be your eyes.
I honestly forgot what 2 of the 5 classes are.
Their best asset is their mobility. They can go out, collect intel, then make it back safely. That, and a keen eye for enemies. A good scout can spot a man in tall grass from 100 yards. That comes at the price of firepower. Their job is spotting enemies, not taking them out. Next up, the shock trooper. They're the ones to break through enemy lines and clean up. They offer excellent offense and defense. As far as combat goes, they're as good as it gets. While they lack any specialized techniques, they also don't have any obvious shortcomings. Think of them as the least finicky unit in your squad, Lieutenant.
Okay.
After them, we have Lancers, then anti-tank units. They're critical when facing armored targets. Their purpose is pretty self-explanatory. In most cases, they're the only way to stop a tank. They're also well shielded from explosives, which conveniently includes tank mortars. Sadly, they're slow and weak to gunfire. Their limited ammo could also be called a drawback.
I didn't know they had limited ammo.
Changing gears, we have the engineers. They handle supplies and perform combat support. They can restock other units' ammunitions, treat the wounded, even repair tanks on site. They can place sandbags for cover, disarm mines, repair towers, you name it. Their actual combat skills are very low. Think of them as combat facilitators. Lastly, we have the snipers. They can shoot down targets from a considerable distance. You won't find better soldiers for marksmanship and range. They can hit targets I can barely see. Sniping rifles also come with scopes that work to augment a sniper's natural eyesight. Drawbacks include low mobility and defense. If the enemy gets them alone, they're done for. That should cover the basics.
Thank you for the reminder, because honestly, I only remembered the scout and the shock trooper and the lancer.
Go ahead and put a squad together now. There's room for 20, and you can swap units at any time.
Thank you. Okay, so as you see, we have quite a few units. I kind of want to take some time to go over them, because while they don't all have backstories per se, they have personalities to be sure. So here's the thing. Let's look at Hermes first. That's how you say his name. Or you know what? Let's look at Ted, because he has a bit more. So we're looking at Ted. He's a scout. He's level 1, and I completely forgot about this system because I completely ignored it. So Ted being a dude, each person in the game has several little quirks to them. Like, Ted has a metal allergy. So proximity to metals causes an acute rejection reaction that leads to a steady drain of HP. But he also likes men. Having men nearby makes him happy, leading to enhanced accuracy when firing. And he also likes women. Same thing, but female. And if you notice, they also have a list of people they like. And they actually get bonuses when they're around them, I think. I don't know what those bonuses are, but they do. In fact, I think a lot of people also have people they dislike, but I don't see that showing up yet, because maybe they don't dislike anyone yet. I'd feel bad if I didn't at least take a look at all of them and just give my thoughts real quick. So Hermes, he's meadowbred and claustrophobic. He likes standing in grassy fields, which brings up his defense. Women make him more accurate. But he's claustrophobic, so trenches drop his attack power. We went over Ted. We have Motley, who has a weird band-aid over his nose at all times. I don't know what that's actually supposed to be. Is that supposed to be one of those things that you put on your nose and it helps you breathe a bit better? He is meadowbred, eichmophobic, Deathly afraid of pointed objects. Being around Lancer's weapons makes them hyperventilate, steadily losing HP. Oh, I have a friend who actually has this. And he likes standing in grassy fields. We have Nos, who I think could be a woman or a man. Looks more woman to me. Country bred. Standing in bare dirt leads to a boost in concentration, raising accuracy. Camaraderie. Having allies of the same class nearby puts them at ease, raising their natural evasion. And bad back. Bending over a couch, or a couch. Oh god, that sounds awful. Bending over to crouch puts a strain on their weak back, causing a drop in defense. Notice how most people like Alicia, just because like a lot of people like her. Next we have Nancy, who looks kinda weird. Standing in a grassy field helps them relax, enhancing their defense. Good buddy. Being around close friends even the battlefield, or makes even the battlefield a little cheerier, boosting their attack power. Bug in a rug. Cozy places like trenches seem calming and give an attack or a boost in attack power. We have Ramona, who is, I don't know, she's pretty. Neat freak. Worries about dirt stains. Leads to distractions and decrease in accuracy. Chatty Cathy. Whenever a close friend is nearby, they just can't help but chit-chat. A distraction that lowers their accuracy. We have Juno, who has a pointy chin just like Commander Lady. Her last name is Corin. Metal allergy. Okay. She's a born leader. Having allies nearby sparks a sense of responsibility that leads to a natural boost in defensive ability. Tight spaces like trenches create suffocating feeling. And if you haven't noticed, all these people are just scouts. And that's because they're the most plentiful. More specialized classes like these guys, there's less of, but I'm just going to go through all these people real quick so we don't have to later. Because I like to take a look at them, I honestly do. We have Cherry Steinen. She's a child of nature, so she likes being in nature. Oh wait, paved roads feel strange and cold, leading to discomfort and lowered defenses. She's also a chatty Cathy, and she likes men. This is getting it quicker the more we go through, because then the traits will start to repeat. We have Aika, who has cool goggles and reminds me of the main character of Digimon. She has a pollen allergy, so life drain and good buddy. We have Salinus Milton, who looks like a guy. I can't really say much more than that. He has a desert allergy, so dust and sand leads to a drain in HP. He likes women, and he gets a boost in attack against Lancers. We have Haynes Salinger, who looks like Rambo. He's a child of nature. And an Imperial. Pure hatred for the Empire yields a boost in accuracy. We have Micah Hawkins, who looks just like some background glasses guy. He's a metalhead. He loves the smell of iron, leading to a boost in attack power. Oh yeah, he just can't stop listening to that Children of Bodom album. And Pessimist. Having less than half full HP makes them throw away hope for the future, meaning less in defense. We have Vise Engelbard, which is a name. He's a child of nature and a natural born leader. We have Wendy Chestlock, who is a metalhead and a shut-in. When holed up in camp, they cease to pay attention to the world outside, causing a drop in defense. Okay, I guess that means if I leave them on defense, it's not going to be very good. We have Aisha, who looks really, really young. She has a desert allergy. She's panicky. Charging into a charging into a face of enemy fire makes them panic, decreasing attack power. She's also lonely. These are all our shock troopers, by the way. We have Jane, who looks like a vampire. Child of nature, Impader, and Lancer Killer. We have Dorothy Howard, metalhead, and frail body. Having less than half full AP makes them feel totally exhausted, leading to decreased defense. We have Nina Strice, who looks particularly angry. I mean, look at those eyebrows. She's country bred, a camp defender. Bent on protecting the camp by sheer force of will, they will naturally become better at evading attacks. We have Jan Walker, who I'm pretty sure that is a guy wearing makeup, not judging though. Pollen allergy and fancies men. We have Nils Darden, He is a city kid. Standing on paved roads reminds him of the city, making him feel right at home and upping his defense. He's a lone wolf. Having allies nearby is a distraction that causes a drop in evasion ability. This is something I feel like you'd have to worry about way less on snipers because they don't require to be near anyone. And he's a camp defender. We have the old boar with that wonderful haircut. He's a child of nature, a dark sin hater? Oh, isn't that what, Oh, shoot. That's what Welkin's sister is. Even just being around Darksons makes them nauseous, leading to a decrease in defense. I actually don't remember why they're hated, but I'm sure we'll get to that eventually. Night blind. Unable to see well in the dark. They're quick to panic at night, meaning a loss in accuracy when firing. Rosina Selden. Desert algae and Darkson hater. City kid and born leader. Wow, she's kind of old. Elise Moore. Oh, I like her hair. It's short but nice. Neat freak, camp defender, scout hater. Oh, she hates scouts? Oh, against them, okay. We have Herbert Nielsen, who looks confused, like he just walked into a place he doesn't belong. He's a fatalist. When HP reaches a single digit, they dive headlong into despair. Monokuma just shows up on the field and he's like, how does it feel? How does it feel to be a fatalist? We have Carl Lanzat, who looks almost like a developer that got put in the game. He's a metalhead, and he's lonely. We have Homer, who looks really, really young and is a pretty boy. Neat freak, frail body, lonely. We have Dallas Wyatt, who I think that's a girl, looks pretty girly. Is a man-hater and fancies women. Having men nearby triggers a consensual loathing so powerful it lowers accuracy. I can make a joke about that, but I'm not going to. Claudia Mann, who looks like a background FF7 character or something like that. City kid and shut-in. We have... Oh, now we're getting to the snipers. These were engineers and these are lancers. We have Oscar, who looks... I don't know what to say about him. He's meadow-bred and he's an Imperial hater and he has night vision. Oh, wait, night vision? Their keen sight is unimpeded by the darkness of night, letting them fire with enhanced accuracy. We have Marina Wolfston, who so far has my favorite design out of all these. She's a pollen allergy, she's a lone wolf, and night vision. She might be my sniper, just saying. Well, we only have 2. So now that I've spent a sizable amount of time doing this, I'm actually going to start optimizing this at a later time. Right now, I'm just gonna put in faces I like. You're cool.
I'm Nochi Wordsworth. Hi.
Hi. I didn't actually realize they had voice lines. You're cool.
My name's Ramona Litton. Good to be on board, Welkin.
You're cool.
Hello. I'm Mika Hawkins. I'll be serving under you from here on.
Now that I've heard your voice, I want you off. Wendy, you look like you have drive.
I'm Wendy Cheslock. Kaboom.
I am going to have you go to a therapist later in the camp, but for now, you're on the team. I like you, Jane.
The name's Jane Turner. I'll do anything if it means putting holes in imps.
Cool. Because obviously, you won't use everyone permission, so that's why the answer of why don't you just put them all on? Nils, you can come.
Niels Darden.
Niels.
See you on the field.
Thanks. We also need some engineers. How many lancers do I have? I probably need more scouts than I have, honestly. I have 2 lancers. Maybe 1 more wouldn't hurt. Elise, you're coming too?
Hi. My name's Elise Moore. Nice to meet you.
Herbert, you're fine.
Herbert Nielsen is me. I mean, yeah, I'll try.
Thank you. I like your drive. Let's get another engineer. I like Dallas.
My name is Dallas Wyatt. I'm excited to be joining up.
I'll make sure no men come around you.
Marina Wolfston, at your command.
You look badass, and I like you. And you're the only other sniper, so you're on for now.
I'm Oscar Baylor. Thanks for taking me on board.
Okay, so that settles that. Wait, what? Oh, I need to have 20? Okay, well, I guess I need more scouts anyway, so you!
I'm Nancy DeFore. It's so good to meet you.
Hope your allergies don't kill you on the battlefield. You have nice hair.
Unicorn, reporting for duty. Looks like I'll be joining you in Squad 7.
You look nice stubble.
Paige Salinger, reporting for duty, sir.
Holy shit. His voice. Scouts are important, so let's grab another one, maybe? Motley, you're on.
Hey, I'm Motley Leonard. How goes it?
Are you a boy or a girl? I cannot tell. It doesn't matter. You look angry.
The name's Nina Strice, and I look forward to a good workout out there.
Oh, you are a girl. Confirmed. I don't know who else I want, honestly. I guess I'll take another Lancer. Yoko, you're on.
Hi there, I'm Yoko Martins. I'm sure we'll get along just fine.
Okay, we're done now.
Well, feel like you've struck a balance? Come back anytime you'd like to adjust your squad.
Trust me, I will later, but not right now.
As time passes, we'll have more recruits to choose from, so keep an eye on that list. Oh, and all the recruits go through training together, so they're all ready for combat. They'll be at the same level as the rest of the team you've taken into the field. You can swap out members without the worry of losing the benefit of their experience.
So this is actually something I love about this game that I kind of wish some other SRPGs or just RPGs would do, is that instead of leveling up a singular character or a singular unit, it levels up every single unit of that type. So they're all usable and you can swap them out as you want or need.
Trust in your own judgment and pick a team you know you can work well with. That should be enough to get you started. You can figure out the rest as you go.
Thank you.
Wow. Squad leader's a lot of responsibility.
Welkin, you just stared at them and then judged them by their physical appearance. Yeah, I know. We can decide later, okay?
Come to think of it, Valdio's heading up Squad 1, isn't he? I wonder if he's off sorting through this stuff now, too. I'd better get a move on.
Yeah, because we still have to check out all these other facilities. We might not even get to another fight today, because I want to keep this episode kind of short. So here's the training field, which is how you level people up.
Welcome to your worst nightmare. I'm the guy who's gonna whip you lazy blobs into shape.
Which we have a guy who, on the eye patch scale, rocks a -2. Yeah.
Still, I can't work miracles here. No amount of drilling beats real combat experience. I want you all to go out there, kick some imp tail, and then show me what you learned. I will train that experience into something you can actually use. Level you bums up. But don't go trying to hog all the glory. A squad's a team, and we got no need for stars. You will train as a class and level up by class. Scout level 2, Scout level 3. You get it? When the scouts level up, that means each and every one of them goes up that level. You hear me, maggots? Any of you think he's better than the rest of the team, go home now! All right. Now I'll show you lowlights how this whole thing actually works. It ain't complicated. First you go out there and fight, then divvy up that experience here. Once the experience you cram into a soldier class clears a set amount, it'll level up. Picking which class to level up and when is your job as the squad leader. Now give it a go.
All right, chill out, man.
Train all you want. I've got all day.
I've only had so much XP, so this is what I meant. You level up each individual class, the amount of XP you have. So honestly, you can level up all of them if you want. From my memory, there are a few that you don't really need to worry about so much, like Engineer. I don't think I fielded an Engineer except for on tank in like tank-intensive missions, because their only real job is to drop ammo packs, I think, and really repair tanks. So they're good no matter their level, and we'll get to them later. The ones you really want to level up in the early game, at least in my opinion, and what I did, is the Scouts and Shock Troopers.
You're better than this! Push those limits! Good work, maggots! You're one level closer to human.
You're not human until you're level 10. Actually, I don't know what the cap is. So I'm going to level up scouts once more, because scouts are super useful in my memory. And I'm going to level up a lancer once, too. Sniper and engineer can stay as they are for now.
No pain, no gain! Good work, maggots! You're one
Yeah.
Looks like that sector made a new potential out of the Lancers.
So we have things called potentials. And every time you level up, they get a new... Oh, that's what the P actually stands for. That's potential. So now every Lancer in the game has a new potential. For example, she is now a tank killer. She got first aid boost, I think. And he got first aid boost. I think that's... Yeah, that's what it is. It's from them leveling up. And scouts actually haven't gained one yet, because scouts, you have to level up a lot more than others to get the most out of them. And you know what? We'll level up a sniper once, just so we could probably reduce...
Push those limits.
Sway a little bit.
Good work, maggots. Looks like that sector made a new potential out of the sniper.
I love how everyone cheers, like, yeah, you guys did it. You got to your next potential. Like, I just imagine them leveling up, and Marina just stares up, and then she's like, what's wrong, Marina? What did you realize about being a sniper? She's like, no, it's not about that. I think I'm a lesbian. Anyways, they're now nest masters, which I have no idea what that means.
Got it? That's how training by class works. Now get out there and rack up some experience. Oh, and there's one more thing to add. Sometimes leveling up a unit class will unlock a hidden potential in them. You can think of potentials as the natural abilities your soldiers have inside them. Those abilities will form a big part of your strength in the field. Other times, leveling up a class will earn you clearance for a new order. Here, as long as we're talking about it, I'll teach you a classic. A real golden oldie.
Evade boost. This order raises one ally's evasion skills.
Orders are special commands you can give out as the squad leader. They can save your tail.
I don't think I ever actually used these. I completely forgot they existed.
It doesn't take a genius to see that leveling up your soldiers is the best way to beef up your squad. The soldiers will get stronger, and you just might unlock new potentials and orders. All that just from me working you sorry bums into the dirt. I just hope you maggots are ready for a real workout the next time I see you here.
Yes. Let me move on with my life. And lastly, we have the R&D facility.
Welcome to R&D, man. What can I do you for?
Which, for some of you who might not know what that means, it stands for research and development.
Huh? Wait, I know that insignia. You're Lieutenant Gunther, aren't you?
I always fear characters with their eyes like that. And it's like, I don't know why, but for some reason in like Japanese games, when characters have their eyes closed all the time, they open it and they're super evil. I don't know why, it's just a weird trope.
I knew it! Man, I've heard about you. That evacuation at Bruhl was just... wow!
Although I can't really say that because a lot of you guys haven't like seen my face, but I was born with natural half-closed eyes, and it's not even anything to do with my race. It was just how I am, and that's why everyone looks at me and asks, like, are you depressed? It's like, no, my eyes are just closed halfway, making me look like I'm a murderer all the time.
Protecting a tiny life in the middle of all that slaughter? Man! Oh, Lieutenant, you're good people. You get all my respect and then some, bro.
What's going on, Leon? I could hear you from clear across the hangar.
It's the guy from Persona 5. Okay, that's a stretch, but...
Oh, Casey, check it out! It's Lieutenant Gunther! He's the man!
Sorry about him, Lieutenant. He's like this all the time, I'm afraid. But where are my manners? I'm Kreese Cherney. I'm training here as a mechanic.
Oh, and I'm Leon Schmidt, but just call me Leon, bro. I'm your boy.
So, Lieutenant Gunther, what brings you down to R&D today? We do work here on weapons development, making upgraded weapons and equipment.
And that includes rifles and machine guns. We can even soup up your tank. Of course, research expenses aren't cheap.
With rifles and other firearms, we'll mass produce new models as they're developed. You won't have to worry about making enough for your squad. We'll outfit them.
For tanks, you can upgrade the baseline performance of the body itself, or develop optional parts that you can add on to tweak out its specs.
So this is another thing I really like. And like, I'm not trying to throw shade on Fire Emblem or anything like that. It's just this game realizes, hey, you probably don't want to worry about leveling up every single individual unit and keeping track of who is level up. And you also probably don't want to sit around your inventory managing who has what gun and remembering who has what. So it's literally, you upgrade machine guns, everyone's machine gun gets an upgrade. It is a godsend for just time management and soldier management, because that way I don't go into a mission and go, oops, I forgot this.
Right. You can choose which optional parts you want in the tank equipment section. Come in anytime and make adjustments based on the needs of the operation at hand.
Casey, why don't you praise me like your friend? About outfitting tanks. Development work on tanks happens in the form of body enhancements, tread and weak point improvements, and attack support. Body enhancements mostly reinforce the gun barrel and body armor to improve its base stats. Tanks will automatically be given the best body type you have developed. You decide whether to favor attack or defense, and altering body types gives your tanks a different outward appearance. Improvements to the treads and weak point and attack support take the form of parts that can be added to tanks to enhance their abilities. Each part has a set size and blocks. You can decide how to fill the 4x3. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to explain this to you. So, first of all, you can develop weapons, like rifles. So, as you can see here, there's a few set ones you have to go through for a rifle, like accuracy boost, this and this. And then it spreads out into a tree of upgrades you can make. So each weapon has a lot of customization, and that's not even each type of weapon, because you actually get several different types of weapons from enemies and other things. Because I believe what this is you keep upgrading it, and then you can go into 3 different types of rifles. Same for machine guns, anti-tank lances, sniper rifles, hand grenades. Like, it all goes into a giant tree of upgrades. You can even upgrade the uniform, so everyone doesn't die in 3 shots, which I'm going to do. But I'm going to worry about all this stuff next episode. It's going to be the first thing we're going to do. I've let this episode run a little long just due to my excitement and general fun just going through the menus here. If you like this video and are interested in more Valkyria Chronicles, please leave a like. And if you want to become a member of the Dust Brigade, just click subscribe. Thank you, and have a wonderful day. Ragnite!